I just learned that there is an AI that we can deny it if we don't want it. Did you hit the recording, Hannah?
Yep, we're
Okay,
going.
perfect. We're in. Okay. Okay, thank you and welcome everybody. Please introduce yourself into the chat because we don't have enough time. I'm going to share the presentation and then we could continue. Okay, can you all see my presentation?
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Good, thank you. So welcome and thank you for coming to this presentation. So one thing I want to make sure that is the Help Me Grow are going to be RFP, and it's not going to be until the next quarter, that maybe around the summer. That's why, because we're not fully prepared and we're not fully have all the information that we would like to share with you. But I'm going to share what Help Me Grow is and what Help Me Grow, the background of Help Me Grow. And I just want to share with you that we are still working with groups, with focus groups, with listening sessions to just think of what we're going to do, how it's going to be, what works, what doesn't work, what will be better, and how can we make better things. So that is to come. So it's not fully flashed to share it here, but we are in the process of looking at those things and preparing for the new RFP. So this is the Help Me Grow, happy, healthy, and safe and thriving. And this is the mission of Best Start for Kids, strengthening families and communities so that babies are born healthy, children thrive, and establish strong foundation for life. I'm sure you guys went to other strategies and you probably have gone through this. I'm not gonna read it, so I would like you guys to mostly read it yourself. But if you want me to stop and have any question on any slide, let me know. Equity is the foundation and the cornerstone for all the Help Me Grow, and all the Best Start for Kids. Welcome those who are coming right now. Please introduce yourself on the chat, and we already started under this. So I'm gonna explain a little bit or talk a little bit about the Help Me Grow. We're not fully flashed or prepared for the RFP, but we're gonna RFP this next quarter. So if there are specific questions that I can answer it, but we're still in the process of collecting information and feedback for the new RFP. And the equity is the cornerstone for the Help Me Grow and in general, the Best Start for Kids. So we always look at that as a North Star because we want to serve people the services that they need. We are into the Invest Early. These are all the Best Start, but we are Invest Early, the P2-5, and the Help Me Grow sits there. You probably have that. So Help Me Grow in general. So Help Me Grow in general, I want to share that I was one of the first people in 2010 to be invited to the group to talk about the Help Me Grow. And at the time, as I remember, it was more about assessment and finding out if there are any assessing early in kids, helping them so they can get help if they have some issues or needs. So it was basically, to me at that moment, as I remember it, it was about the ASQ and do the screening and identify the need for children early, so then they could get help early. Now we are one of the 31 states because it's a national model, and each state have their own Help Me Grow, and also we each follow different systems because Help Me Grow is a light touch and connecting families, and that allows us to work with our own communities in the way to respond to our community's need. Within Reach is one of the 6 state affiliates, and we are a sub-affiliate with Within Reach. Within Reach become one of the state in 2010, and the King County become Help Me Grow affiliate in 2019. So the vision of Help Me Grow is very simple. Help Me Grow of King County respond to the families, building on their strengths and connecting them to what they need, when they need it, and how they need it. So that's the whole vision, is to connect people to resources when they need it and how they need it. So it's a very simple model that we follow at the King County, and we build in the strength of families, and families will ask for what they want and when they want it and how they want it, and our job is to respond to that need. So these are the 4 components of Help Me Grow. Help Me Grow in general, say nationwide, these are the 4 components that we follow. And we follow those components to connect families. Sorry, people are still coming. Sorry for those who are coming late, please introduce yourself into the chat. And we already started the session and talking about what Help Me Grow is and what we do. I'm also going to respond a little bit on the new RFP later. So we're going to continue with what we're doing here. So the family and community partnership, coordinated access, service providers and professional partnership, and the data collection. These are the 4 components we focus on, and these are 4 components we use to respond to the communities. And each community responds differently because the need of each community is different. So the 2.0 RFP. Before the 2.0 RFP was released, there were a lot of jobs that have been done. I wasn't part of that, but there were a lot of people who worked on this, do a lot of feedback collections like what we're doing right now. There are a lot of focus groups, community cafes, community focus groups, internal focus groups. From all these conversations, one of the things that comes out was the warm connection. People want warm connection. People were getting services and help, but what was missing at that time and what was identified as a barrier was the warm connection. And that's why the Help Me Grow King County 2.0 was concentrate on the warm connection. So we allow the basic needs going to happen. The case management is going to happen, developmental promotion going to happen, but all this will be under the umbrella of the warm connection. So we get that from all the information that we got from the community and from the King County and expertise. So, and that's the same thing that we're going to do now. We are doing already listening sessions. We're doing focus groups, and people are welcome to tell us or talk to us and share this with us. And from that conversation, we're going to do the new RFP and implement those. Sustain Help Me Grow King County have 3 different areas. The first one is collaborative partnership. So right now, what we're doing is we're funding agencies, and those agencies have to collaborate. And we have collaborate meetings that we get to it, and we talk about the challenges, and we talk about our strengths. We share information with each other, and we connect. And those are the collaborative relationship we do. The second one is family connection and partnership. So each organization will have their own funding, and that organization use the fund to support and connect and serve the community that they work on. And we also have a network design. So the network design, we want this to build infrastructure for the Help Me Grow. We are working with them. We just have our first meeting And there are some people who are in this. So we have the network connection is made up of people with expertise and community people, and also currently or even prior funded organizations. So people from all this come together and helping us to shape the Help Me Grow. What Help Me Grow need to be, and how Help Me Grow need to be, what's working right now, what's not working, what need to change, and what new things that we need to introduce. So that's working, and that's in the work. Where the network is funded until 2027. So hopefully we will have good information, not only for this RFP, also for the next one to come. So ideal applicants. So this we shared this in our last RFP, and the ideal applicant should be the language and culture and ethnic match, center the community, understand systematic racism, familiar with local resources, know existing barriers, understand challenges. So these are what we need from an agency that needs to get this funding. So if agency want to apply, these are the things that we want to see into the agency. This was before, and I think this is not going to be changing into the new one too. As you guys already see, there is the King County always, BSK have the TA assistance. So if you need any help with technical assistance, we will have a technical assistant, and you will get supported. So once the funding is dispersed, the people who get the funding have also support from King County. So the funding, when people apply for funding, it's very competitive applications. And how this is going to be selected is not by King County or the people who work in King County. We have community that are invited from the community, and they will get together and select the people who win, and they will be selecting agencies and looking solely in the applications and what present in the applications. The knowledge that comes to the application, it's not something that you can connect with them or know with them, everything that you see into the application. So the experts and King County staff and community members get together, the community be together and select the people who need to be, and they bring that forward. Okay. So what are the things that the ongoing support we provide for the Help Me Grow or for people who get the funding? We will do monthly check-in, and I'm talking about the currently funded organizations right now. I'm not talking about the future or the past. So we do monthly check-in. This will allow us to work together in what's working, what's not working. If there is any need of support, that will provide the support. If we can't find the support, we'll look for the support. We have also bi-monthly or quarterly CBOs meeting. This is the collaborative meeting. We met in that collaborative meeting, and it's must, like it's required, one of the requirements. Everybody come together and we exchange our resources. We connect with one another. We talk about currently what's happening, what's challenges, what are working well. And this is a continuous group that works together and have a good relationship with each other. There is also capacity building that some of you might be there with Georgie, and she probably explained that. So I'm not going to go much to that. But if you need any capacity building in any area of your on your application and after your application, after you get the funding, they will be there. Innovative support, that's a strategy Hannah Lack lead. And that one also will support you in all the things that if you want to change new things, or if you want to know how to create your programs and support like that will be built in for you. So there is all the support that you need in that King County, in the Best Start for Kids. What's the required elements? So the contract, of course, is required. requirements are physical requirements. There are visits and there are audits that will come, and payment and financial and reporting. There is evaluation requirements, and there is a compliance requirement. So once those who are funded, they will go through the onboarding process and they will learn all about this information. So this is the data we just, I think once and we don't know about this one, but once this people are selected and go through the process, they will learn about what data is going to be collected from that. The capacity building that you guys already, we talk about that. BizStar's capacity building will support everybody who can get to this. And during your application process also can be asked. The innovation support to do some these are some of the process. You will go through processes, but you will tell them what you need, and then they will support you in creating and supporting and bringing new things. And that is it. Any questions? So for those who come late, please introduce yourself. One thing that I said at the beginning was this is from the last RFP or the RFP that's going on right now. This is what we're doing right now. The new RFP is gonna come next quarter or mid-summer maybe, mid to late summer. I don't have fully developed information to share with you. We're still collecting feedbacks and notes from different groups.
Sadia, there's also a couple
Questions?
questions in the chat. There's 2 requests to share the slide, a specific slide, and then a question about capacity building.
Oh, okay. So what's the capacity building?
Yeah, it says, is the capacity building only available to those who get funded?
After the funding ended, yes, but at the beginning, I think there is and this is a question for Georgie, if you were in Georgie's time, and Hannah, you probably know more than I do in this one. They help them through the process too.
Yeah, it's my understanding that the general organizational capacity building is only available for those who are BestStarts funded partners at the time that they have a contract with BestStarts. That the application assistance is also under that umbrella, is available to anybody who is hoping to apply.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the application assistance is different than the capacity building.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that. Jessie?
This is Jessie from Families of Color Seattle. I have a question. We've previously had Help Me Grow grant. We don't currently. But since in the time since we've had our last Help Me Grow grant, we've transitioned from using ASQ to using CDC milestones. Very similar assessment of children from 2 months to 5 years. We find for the families that we serve, it's much more accessible because of the websites, the app, the pamphlets, the videos, all the different things that it has that just make it a little more accessible, both to our parent group facilitators, peer facilitators, and to our families. So is it only, because I heard you mention ASQ when you were explaining like the history of Help Me Grow. Is ASQ required to be part of a program that we implement?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. I just was sharing that earlier when the Help Me Grow come to the state. That was the basic thing that they said they were focusing on. No, it's not. It's not required.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Sadia, there's a request to look if you can reshare the slide that showed the ideal applicant.
Sure.
And then a couple folks are wondering if you can share the slide deck back with everybody.
The slide deck, I have to look for, I have to check in with you and Georgie because there are some slides that are from there in there. I'll check on that and respond to you guys. If it is possible, I'll share it with you and I'll let you know.
Great. And we
And-
are recording for those who join later, so you can at least. look back
Yes,
at
there
the
is a
recording.
recording on this, so you guys can see it. You can check the recording, we could send that. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, Kavita?
Yes, thank you. And firstly, apologize for having joined a little late. I was doing some
No problem.
middle of something. So just a quick question, since we missed the first few slides, was just trying to understand what are the timelines for this RFP? If there's a slide to that, if you could just reshare that.
So I did not give a timeline yet.
Okay,
We know we're gonna RFP and we know it's gonna be maybe late summer, middle to late summer, but we
Okay.
don't know exactly. We're still in the primitive process of collecting and exploring different things.
okay, fair
Thank you.
enough. Thank you.
Sure. Francisa? Sorry if I'm misspelling it.
Yeah, okay, it's Francoise. Thank you so much. And I apologize if this question was mentioned before.
Mm.
I wanted just to ask if the previous Help Me Grow recipient are qualified to apply this time, because I remember this one they were saying priority to new organization that want to apply for Help Me Grow. So I wanted just to check if this one will be the same or it's just gonna be everybody included. Thank
I
you.
think when everybody can apply, I don't think there was only new. I think it was like giving points for people who already were in Help Me Grow. We give them points. If you're talking about the last one, right?
Yeah, the last one.
They
Yeah.
got extra points, but it wasn't only for new. Anybody can apply, but
Okay.
because they were Help Me Grow at the time, there was there are 3 points, I remember that, for each Help Me Grow. So it was given a little bit of points, but everybody can apply.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Hi, this is Jamie. I was wondering if there will be a future info session once all of the RFP dates are set and the process is set. I'm wondering if there will be another info session with all of those details available later on this year.
So when we start the RFP, we will do information session. Every RFP have to do information session, and we will have 2 information sessions at least. So there will be. For the, I think for the open house, this is only one time and it's today, but for every RFP will have their own time and information sessions.
Saw the email from Scott and I looked at the form.
Yeah.
We can't use both because there's a language one and a community. one.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, if we don't have any other questions, I'd like you to give you your 2 minutes or 1 minute back. And Thank you for coming here. Is there anything else that you? Because this is recorded, then you can get the recording, I think, and that probably will be the best way to revise this. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.